Hi guys, welcome to video number 3, and this will be the final paint video for you guys to watch. So basically, what I'm doing in this video is I am going to show you guys some of the stuff that I use. Like I said, it's only a few things, but this stuff is very critical for this. Now, number one, you already know I use paint to do it. Number two, you need, like I said, you need your Mod Podge. And I prefer this kind here, which is Mod Podge, the matte sealant one. This one right here is a little more less shiny, but yeah. And then, of course, let us not forget this. This is matte finish. I don't have much in this can, but it's some in there. So now, as for this girl, now you guys are wondering what's going on with her. I'm going to show you where she is right now. So this is what she's looking like right now. And this is actually 3 full coats of her body. Same way at the top is also the very same exact way. 3 full on coats. Now it's time for her head to get its final coat. Now this coat right here is the last and the final coat. And this will be the last video for you guys seeing me paint this doll. Now the next time you see her, she will be completely finished. She will be ready for her face up. And I will be getting ready to do her face up. I'm now, later on tonight, once I get through painting her this over, I'm going to go ahead and concentrate on nothing but the body. So I can get the body finished and done. Her lower level needs to be done. Right now, her upper level is fine. And then what I want to do is I'm going to start doing the lower half of her body and let it done. Now, this is, like I said, this is the last coat for her. And like all the other coats, like I said, if you're going to do these, make sure you get your parents' permission. And your main thing about this is to make sure you got you know what you're doing, and make sure that you paint her in thin layers. Like I said, this will be her last coat of paint. She doesn't need any more. Now, I'm not saying that she's not going to get another coat, but hey, she doesn't need one. Even her head cap, it's okay. But I'm not really worried about her head cap because it's going to literally be underneath the doll's wig. So yeah. So the next time you see this girl, she will be just about done. She'll be ready for her face paint. Once this layer dries, and like I said, now when the last layer go on, guys, you don't want to see brush strokes in your paint. Just go nice and easy across the forehead and long tentative strokes. Very long. And you literally want to make that all that everything that was her past, you literally want it to disappear. You don't want to see it anymore. So this is her last little bitty coat of paint before she gets her complete face up. Now the face up is the same way. When it comes to me, I basically make sure that I choose what I want on her face. Like right now I gotta find my red paint, but I think I know where it is, so I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, this will be her last, very last face paint. And as you guys can see, there is not one bit of stroke, of brush strokes in there. Because at the last minute, I'm using a long, tentative strokes. I'm basically not pushing down on the brush. I'm just easing it across her skin to make this strokes look so real. And like I said, this is her 4th and final coat of brown paint. She will not get any more after this. And I don't use but a little bit, very little. Seriously, guys, very, very little. Now this here, I usually will allow it to dry for another 2 hours, just like normal. And then I'll come back in and get ready to do her face paint. Now, when it comes to me, I repeat, I do not use uh, and I do mean absolutely any of her of normal. But as you can see, there's no breast growth there. And like I said, when it comes down to it, when you're doing this, the key is when you're painting her, just keep her from, don't touch her, just keep her from touching you. Find something like this to clap her on, and just easy does it. Light layers of paint, and once the paint is done, she should come out looking exactly like this. Doesn't matter what color paint you use or whatever, it should be all the same, basically. And basically, like I said, layer by layer. And I promise you guys, promise you, she will come out just the way you need her to come out. And the last few layers, make sure you follow the contours of her face and body. Because if you do that, basically what will happen is you don't have any paint strokes in there. You will not see any of the strokes to the brush. And don't push down so hard. And another thing, guys, if you're going to use a brush, use a nice soft brush. Do not use a hard brush, because hard brushes, you will get strokes in there. But yeah, just use nice, easy, light brushes. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people have asked me, can I, in between each other coats, can I spray sealant? Yes, you can. That will actually help you lock in the color itself, but you're still going to use your Mod Podge to put on top after this coat is dry. But as you can see, she is done. Her face looks amazing. I absolutely love the way her face came out. Like I said, just paint over her, let her dry. I don't know why I'm getting glare from the stupid glasses. But yeah, let her dry. Let her calm down. Let her do what she got to do. And then once you're done with her, you can pretty much just have her just sit and chill out until you get ready to put her face paint on. And her face paint shouldn't be that hard to do. And yes, guys, I will be bringing you the face paint video as well. I'm sorry I took my glasses off, guys, because I'm getting nothing but pure glare because of this light up above. But yeah, as you can see, she's pretty much blossomed into the doll that I've been looking for. And I love the color of her skin. And I cannot wait. And like I said, the key to it is, as you see me, I'm moving the brush in long, even strokes. I just go right across her skin. And that's how you get her to do this. That's how you get her curler to come in. And now when it comes to the body, you pretty much do the same. But this one right here, I'm going to take this, stretch it out, and I'm going to start with her legs. And I always start with her legs on a lower avenue. Be careful of the head, guys. Please don't try it. Don't drop your head, because if you drop that head, you're gonna be mad as living daylights. I know this. I have dropped so many doll heads in the past, and unfortunately, when I drop them, you can't wash them off until you put a protective coating. Until you put a protective coating onto your doll. So yeah. So right now, what I'm doing here is starting her legs off. Like I said, after you paint the head, her last coat, start on the body immediately. So where the head is drying, the body is getting its paint. And then just start doing the same way you do the head. Just put a coat by coat and let it dry. Don't try to rush it or anything. Like I said, and then guys, when you're doing this, if you want to, what you do is you get yourself a movie, pop it into the video. Right now I can't watch a movie because you guys got my thing and my TV is right there. So that will definitely not happen. So yeah. So I do get the joints, although it doesn't really help though. But I try. And I try to get the entire leg, not just half, all of it. And I will come back for the feet and stuff like that because it don't take that long. And like I said, always do thin coats. Don't do too thick. Just thin coats. And I promise you, she will start turning into a single doll that you really, 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 really going to enjoy having, because this is a doll you created yourself. So yeah, so like I said, just keep doing everything. Do the steps from 1 all the way up to 2, all the way up to videos, all the way up to this video, and I promise you guys, you will have a good doll to paint. So I'm gonna see if I can bring you guys some of the face painting. And like I said, like I said, when it comes to me, I don't really name my dolls until they're done, and she's nowhere near done. So it's gonna take a day or so for her body to dry, because I'm gonna let it dry like that because it helps a lot. And I absolutely love this doll's body. It's so cool. It's just so neat to have something that you can turn into something that you did. So when it comes to her, I'm just going to have her sitting in a corner somewhere until I get finished with her completely. And like I said, the head, I won't paint it until tomorrow, guys. So I will bring you the next video tomorrow. But this is the last video for this little series. So basically, I'm just going to go over what I've already said. Number one, when you're painting your doll, paint her slow, paint her with small, paint her in single layers. Do not overdo the layers. Do not try to repaint over her and she's still wet, because that will cause the paint to peel what you did on the first layer. Now, every time you paint, allow this girl to dry for about 2 hours, because I'd rather have it 2 hours, even though a thin coat of paint will take like about, I think it takes about an hour to dry. But I wouldn't trust that as a promise that it won't peel again. So I suggest you let this set up good. It's the same way with your Mod Podge. When you use your Mod Podge, you want to paint it in thin layers, and every single layer, allow it to dry for about 20 to 30 minutes. At least that's what the bottle said, but I usually go like an hour for each layer. Now, once the last, now when it comes to Mod Podge, it'll take about, I'd say about 4 layers to completely seal this doll. And then allow her to sit for 24 hours again, and let that layer and that Mod Podge dry. Once you let it dry, then you come in with this, which is your Duraclear matte varnish with water, mixed with water, of course, and allow it to go on. And every single layer that you put on there, you need to let it dry for about 3 or 4 hours. I say about 3 hours for each layer, because the more you put on here, the more protection you get. Because one layer is not going to do it. I usually go about 4 or 5 layers, or maybe 3, or well, actually 3 would be more precise. So yeah, but then wherever I need to repaint again and add more to it, I will do that as I go through the painting process. But yes, now that her legs are pretty much halfway painted, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to set her aside again and allow that part of her to dry, and just leave her alone. Just let her do what she got to do, clean up my paint. And I see that I'm going to have to get some more of this, guys, because I'm like, this is going down fast. Like I said, and another thing, guys, I forgot to tell you guys, when you're painting a doll like this, use the pure paint. Do not use water. The water is not really for you to add to the paint. It's actually for you to clean your brush. Because every single layer that you do on this doll, you need to clean the brush. And as you guys can see, she has pretty much come out pretty good. But I can always tell that she's not quite dry yet. It's because she's shiny. When paint is wet, you guys know it's shiny. So as she dries and her dryness completes itself, she will literally get matte again, because this is, she'll actually go satin. I mean, it's gonna be shiny in a way, but not too shiny enough where she needs to be. And you can tell when you're done. What you do is close up the lid of the head, and if you can no longer see the skin tone, the original skin tone, then that doll is finished. I can no longer see that skin tone. So in this case, for, like I said, for a darker color, you will use less. For a lighter color, you will use more on the skin tone. But since she's already Caucasian, a blue or purple skin tone will basically take about 3 or 4 layers. But like I said, when it comes to it, thin layers really do help. The thinner you start out, the better. Because thick layers will cause the paint to literally leave the brush strokes in. This is why I never have problems with my brush strokes. Because I always use thin layers. So guys, it is getting 16 minutes. This will be my last paint video for you guys. When you guys see her again, her head will be ready for its makeup. Yeah, makeup. You heard me. As well as ready for this. As well as ready for this. So if you guys gonna do this, make sure you have your Mod Podge. And remember, guys, Mod Podge really does take a long time to set up now. Even after the 20 minutes. This is why you do a thin coat of Mod Podge. You do not do thick. Thin, small coats. And then you add this onto it, and make sure that when you're using your Duraclear matte varnish, make sure you add water to it. I got my bottle somewhere around here. I'll find it later. But yeah, you're going to need this stuff. And then when you're doing your face up, as you're doing your face up and you want to erase something or save, you think you did a good job with that face up and you want to save it, this still comes into handy, which is matte finish acrylic sealer. Now, or better yet known, most doll owners know him as Mr. Super Clear. So, but the issue about Mr. Super Clear is, remember guys, Mr. Super Clear is very toxic and you need to have a mask on. So if you're a kid, yeah, you need to have a mask on. When it comes to me, I cannot breathe in that toxic gas. So I try to find something, and this one right here, it works pretty good. I think her name is Eileen. I'm not sure, guys. I don't make this stuff. It's called Eileen, and it's acrylic sealer. And the beauty about it is Mod Podge also have a spray sealer, guys. You can also buy Mod Podge spray sealer. I have bought it. It works pretty good. So, yeah. So, when the time comes, you will use that. Not only will you protect this girl from the sun when the time comes, you will protect her from every element out there. Once you put this on, however, she will become waterproof. That means you can wipe her down with a rag. Okay, guys, it is becoming 18 minutes. And then my next video won't be until tomorrow. That gives these guys time enough to chill out. And I'm going to keep painting on the body and get it done. I haven't decided if I'm going to put any tattoos on her. But yeah. So you guys got probably have about 2 more videos to go. No, 3. I'm going to say 3. This one right here. And then the next one, I'm going to show you guys some of the face painting process that I use, as well as how to make a yarn wig, because that's the wig that's going to go in here. Now I do, if you're looking for a yarn tutorial right now, there is a yarn wig tutorial on my channel, guys. Just click on my channel, click on my name, and look up my videos, or type in doll wigs made with yarn. That's it, and it should pop up. So, guys, I promise you'll see how I make my yarn wigs, and believe me, it's so easy. You're not gonna believe what you're seeing. And then, guys, go ahead and try it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. I'm telling you. So, until then, guys, peace out, love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.